Well, this is gonna be an interesting setup here, but I have just a message that I'm being called to share. I'm being called to share, and just had an extremely powerful morning, an emotional morning, truly. But in these moments of emotion, I'm extremely still. And what I mean by that is I'm just a witness. I'm a witness in these conversations, in these moments, and it allows me to extract every single lesson that I'm supposed to be extracting and share it on here. That's all that I do. And man, the big fucking thing that I want to share is that who you are in times of adversity and the way that you view the world in times of adversity is a confession of character. Okay, because in those good times, those are biased state of minds. Those are extremely biased state of minds where you see the world as, happy-go-lucky, extremely bliss, which is obviously a great thing. We want to be happy as much as we can. But it is obvious, we face adversity. It's impossible to always be in a state of bliss. But who you are in times of adversity is exactly who the fuck you are, and you cannot avoid that. You can't, and this goes to as big as someone screwed you over to as little as your wake up. How do you view your wake up? How do you view the alarm clock when it goes off? When the alarm goes off and you're tired, are you under your breath saying, man, fuck this, fuck this, fuck this, fuck this? Is that what you're doing? Because that's damn near, that is the same thing as having negative energy towards another person when they do you wrong. Negative energy is negative energy. That's the bottom line. So besides that though, how do you raise your frequency when you're in a time of adversity? Like how do you cultivate positive thoughts when you're in a time of adversity? It's much easier said than done. For me, my bad, I'm just looking over here. I'm literally driving right now in the whip. The way that it's done is by doing personal development things that you prioritize and that make you feel good. The things that make you feel good, and you have to be honest though. You have to be extremely honest about this stuff, because anybody can say, oh, drinking makes me feel good. Smoking makes me feel good. Because fuck, I gotta switch my arms are getting tired and shit. I got no tripod. Shit, that stuff will make you distracted. That's what it'll do. And anybody can say that it makes them feel good. But what it really does is it makes you distracted. And you know that when you wake up hungover, you don't feel good when you're hungover. Or you don't feel good when you're high for 5 hours of the day and you're not being productive. You know exactly what that feels like. That does not make you feel good. But guess what does make you feel good? Things like working out. Things like when you hit your macros at the end of the day and you're like, I did that shit. Things like reading. Things like reflecting. Things like journaling. These are the things that you have to prioritize when things are going wrong, because you have to be able to raise your energetic state of mind in these moments, because the electromagnetic field that you are operating on in times of adversity will come back at you. What I mean by that is when times are good, when you're happy, when you're spreading positivity, that's a great thing. That's a great thing, because guess what? That positive energy is going to come right back. But why do you think when one thing goes wrong, the snowball bit starts to happen? Like it's like one thing goes wrong and then another thing goes wrong and then another thing goes wrong. And then it's like all of a sudden your self-talk is like, why does all this happen to me? Because it is all happening to you because you are creating it. You're manifesting it. Because when the first bit of adversity that you go through happens, you get emotional. You get too emotional and you let out negative energy, and it comes right back to bite you. It comes right back to bite you. But beyond doing the things that make you feel good, which are obviously the personal development things, you also have to understand where these negative thoughts are coming from. And where they're coming from is the logical side of our mind. Because when someone screws you over, it's very reasonable and logical to be like, fuck them, right? Or when you get no sleep, when you go 4 hours of sleep and the alarm goes off and you're tired, it's very reasonable. It makes sense to be like, man, I didn't get that much sleep. I should stay in bed. When you've been on your diet for a week straight, perfect, and you're feeling good, and you know that you're killing it, it's very reasonable. I don't think so, but to most people, it's very reasonable to be like, man, I've been perfect for a week straight. I deserve a cheat meal. That turns into a cheat day, and that turns into a cheat life, right? But you're being reasonable. But what we have to do is break out of this reasonable state of mind. We cannot be thinking logically all the time, because our logical state of mind will make us do things that are not in alignment with our creative state of mind. Our creative state of mind is a state of mind that when things are going wrong, we intentionally think of different ways to think about shit. And that was a whole mouthful, but the only way that that's done is by being aware of what's going on in these moments and cultivating positive thoughts, even though things are not all aligned, and all of a sudden you get into the state of alignment. Because what our soul desires is to be in alignment at all times. That's what our soul desires at all times. But if you have your logical part of your brain telling you to, go get fucking revenge, sleep in, eat like shit, not go to the gym. If your logical state of mind is telling you to do all those things, and that's overpowering your creative state of mind, guess what? You're gonna listen to your logical state of mind, so you're gonna cave into the vices, cave into the desires, and then you're not gonna be in alignment because our creative and our logical state of mind are not gonna be in alignment, and that's going to destroy your self-confidence, self-trust, self-belief, and all of that shit. All of that shit. So you have to be aware of what's going on in these moments and be able to overcome negative thoughts. Overcome negative thoughts. All I'm telling you guys to do, man, is overcome negative thoughts. And the only way that we can do them is by being present during these moments, being present during all of these moments, learning every lesson that we're supposed to learn, and being aware of what's going on. And if you guys can do that, I'm just telling you, if you can do that, you're going to be so unstoppable. You're going to be so unstoppable. I promise you, you're going to be so unstoppable. So when adversity strikes, who are you? Who are you? Answer that question. When the alarm goes off in the morning and you didn't get that much sleep, who are you? My voice is cracked, but man, I've been talking for like the past 2 hours, man, trying to give love, trying to give energy. I see what is possible in all of these individuals that I talk to. I see how unstoppable we can become if we hold on, or if we embrace our power within and use both sides of our mind, our left side and our right side, and become who we were put on this earth to become. I see the power in you. I see the power in everybody in this world. That's why I get so emotional when I talk about these things, because I love people, I love myself, and I love what we all can become. And it's something special. But I'm gonna head out. I love you guys, man. I love you guys. I just put it all on the fucking court. I'm done for the day, man. Gotta go to work. Love you. See you guys next time.